it just started with the idea of planned obsolescence, the idea that so many of the things that we use and are given are meant to fail. From our phones to our, just go down the line, all the way down to our bodies, the ways in which it has that function where it's slowly built up and is meant to fail. I don't intend for everything to be totally open and ambiguous. I think the sort of agency when it comes to the work that I'm interested in is a literal agency. So, the suitcases react to being touched. They count up to 100 days until someone touches them, and then they restart their count. They start back at 0. Or the candles, are meant to be distributed and lit, and so they give people agency over the form of the monument. So there's a lot of participation that the audience gets to do with the work, very literally. But how that participation works conceptually, I think I do use the titles as a way to sort of guide the function of the work and to include a little more of my thoughts and ideas into the work beyond just what's physically there. I deal a lot with the idea of transparency, about like showing the whole process, whether that's with the wax monument pieces, like helping to understand the history of the ways in which monuments are made. I think I include that too in the planned obsolescence work, where I want you to be able to see the whole thing from start to finish. Having that transparency about that object, peeling back those layers of opacity or mystery, I think it gives a different sense of time and materialism. And so I think that operates very conceptually in the planned obsolescence work. And as my practice developed, it works very, more practically or socially in the wax monument pieces or in the planned obsolescence pieces, where it's about a more social transparency, thinking about the ways in which monuments work in the fabric of our city planning or the jurisdictions of these public spaces, et cetera, et cetera. I think a lot about transparency and what that can do for a viewer or an audience member.